I did not start recording. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. It has been quite some time, specifically I think like 10 weeks actually to be exact, and I am so sorry about that, to be honest. So what happened was my phone was not working. It was like legitimately broken. I could not call anyone or like receive FaceTime calls. The only way I could call someone was if I restarted my phone a couple of times, and then like they had to call me within, or I couldn't, yeah, it was just very weird. And on top of that, I couldn't take any pictures or videos in the actual camera app of my iPhone. And then I could only take pictures on the Instagram app and the Snapchat app, but I could not take any videos whatsoever. So it was just a very, very weird time. But I got a new phone. The quality is incredible. I am very thankful. I look fantastic. And we're back. We're back making more videos. I am on winter break right now, so that is why I have a bit more time. To be honest, if I just knew how to be more organized and plan very well, I could make videos more often, and I'm trying to get better at that, and I'm so sorry that I've slacked off. But we're trying to get better. We're growing every day. The end of 2020 is almost here. It is in... Are there 31 days in December? It's in 11 days, I think. So I'm excited. Yeah, I just wanted to make a video giving people a few updates in my life, what's been going on. So the biggest news is that I finished my first quarter in graduate school as a PhD student in chemical engineering, if you do not know. And it was a rough quarter for sure, for multiple reasons. But let's start off with the highlights because it's fun to end or to begin on a positive note. But let me sip my tea first. Damn. I drink so much tea, and I've been drinking tea for the longest time, but whenever I'm going through something, I'll just be downing cups of tea every second. And recently someone was like, no matter how much tea you drink, or no amount of tea will solve your problems, Kim. And I was just like, maybe not for you, but it will for me. Anyway, back to what we were discussing. So some of the highlights from this quarter that I'm really, really thankful for happened to me are I made some really good friends in multiple areas of my life that I'm still getting to know, but I'm really glad I met them, and I believe everything happens for a reason, and them being placed into my life was just a huge blessing that I'm extremely thankful for. First of all, my housemates are incredible. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I had a falling out with one of my housemates at the end of my senior year in undergrad, so that was like very discouraging, and after that I didn't really want to live with anyone. But the people I live with now are so wonderful. They're so mature, and they're such strong women that are going to do amazing things in their field. So yeah, I made some great friends there, but I also made some great friends through my mentorship program. I have a solid group of like 4 of us, and they're just really wonderful people. One of them has a bunch of herbs in his backyard and like oranges. And he lives super close to me, so I actually just walk there with my mask on, and we stay far away from each other, and I pick oranges, and I get sage and oregano, and it just makes my food and my life a lot better. And on top of that, I have gotten close with some of my classmates. Initially, it was kind of hard getting close with some of them because they weren't really receptive or didn't really want to talk that much. Sorry, give me a second. But now we all talk a lot. We all struggle together. Not we all, sorry. Me and the 2-3 people that I've gotten close with. But we struggle together through the classes, and it's been a really, really awesome experience. On top of that, I got A's in my classes. I was extremely surprised to see that, but I passed with A's. Very, very happy and thankful for that. And I learned a lot about myself this quarter, which I can kind of go into later, but it was a very eye-opening experience, and I have just realized that that's like one of the biggest purposes of graduate school. Obviously, you're going to get your higher degree, and it's a very difficult time, but it is a journey of like self-discovery, because education shouldn't just be this like tool we use to advance in life. It is such a beautiful thing to know something that it has so much power. And so to challenge yourself in this way, to teach yourself all of these things, you begin to learn a lot about yourself, the type of person that you are, the type of person you want to work, people you want to work with, etc. It's a very difficult journey to go on, but a very rewarding journey. And I've already reaped some benefits from it, so I'm really, really thankful. I've said I'm thankful so many times, but you know what? 2020 has been an interesting year, and we need to be thankful no matter what. No matter what. And the last thing that is a huge highlight, I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but I've been working out very consistently and keeping up that type of schedule. So that has helped me a lot keep myself sane and get some physical exercise when literally all I do is wake up, roll out of bed, go to my desk, and then repeat. So exercising has helped quite a bit. You know, among like the good times, there are some rough times, of course. This quarter has been very difficult because when you're learning and you're growing, the only way to grow is to struggle. And so I definitely had a lot of struggles this quarter. There were a few times I cried a lot. I had some breakdowns, and I thought that I wasn't cut out for this, but I have to keep, and anyone who's watching this who's still a student, or maybe if you're working and you're having a hard time at work and it's working remotely, you have to remember that this is not something anyone expected to happen, and it is still a system we're trying to figure out. Working remotely is extremely difficult. Online learning is not for everyone. So it's okay if you struggle a bit here and there, and it's okay if you have some hard times. Anywho, moving on, you know, it's like hard not to see family because we're all in quarantine, but hopefully with this vaccine, things start lightening up. I know it's going to take some time for sure, but there is a bright side to everything, and I see the light at the end of the tunnel, so I'm excited for that. And I've learned a lot. So let me share a few things. First of all, in grad school, I came in with the assumption that everyone knew what was going on, everyone had it all figured out, and that my classmates were way smarter than me, and that is not true. I shouldn't say it's not true at all, because I'm sure there are classmates that are smarter than me, but I don't want to put myself down like that anymore, because I'm just as capable as they are. They might have different knowledge levels here and there, whatever, but I am capable and I deserve to be there, and I'm there for a reason. So not everyone has it all figured out, even the smartest students in the class, and I've seen that many times this quarter. So it is completely okay if you ever experience imposter syndrome like I do. Please believe me when I say that not everyone knows everything. You're completely fine. Another thing, I keep saying another thing, but it's okay to not be completely 100% in love with your project as a PhD student. And the reason why I say this, it might be different for master's students. I don't really know, but I'm speaking from my experience. I initially came into grad school wanting to dedicate like my entire life to clean energy, to sustainability, which I still want to do. That is like the end goal in 10, 15 years. However, things aren't always that easy when you go into grad school. Sometimes there isn't enough funding with the professor that you want to work with. Sometimes they're not taking a student. So there's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through, and you're not always going to be placed with your number one choice in terms of like an initial project that you maybe wrote about in your SOP or something. And that is honestly completely okay, because a PhD project does not define your entire career. Just because you do one thing in grad school doesn't mean that that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And I realize that now. And there are so many the whole purpose of a PhD is to learn and to be able to communicate your research and to teach your professor or your advisor something new. Like, you want to be such an expert, become such an expert in your field that you're going to start to teach them and other people. And that is the whole purpose of a PhD, is to be able to research something and figure out a project on your own and do these things on your own, develop them on your own. So like I said, it is a growth process, a journey, an educational journey. It's not like this set in stone thing that's what you have to do for the rest of your life. It is like a training, basically. I cannot express that enough. And I know I'm just a first year, but if you talk to anyone, they'll say the same thing. So that's definitely the biggest thing that I've learned this quarter. And it was hard to really grasp that, but I'm extremely thankful that I finally understand that, because I have gotten my advisor and I'm so excited to be in their lab. It just wasn't like initially what I thought I'd be doing in grad school, but I am extremely excited to be learning about that research and to be doing that research for the next 5 years. And my advisor is an amazing person. He is very established in his field and has wonderful connections, and I'm confident he'll help me get to where I want to go in the future. And another thing that has been really hard for me to grasp, but I've learned this and I'm starting to accept it. It's true, I am not the best scientist or engineer, unfortunately. And when I say this, I keep grabbing my teacup so it warms my hands. So I say this because, not to put myself down at all. So the fact of the matter is, obviously I'm a good enough scientist or engineer to get into a doctorate program. But when I say I'm not the best, I don't ever see myself being in a lab making the cutting edge discoveries that we're seeing scientists and engineers make today. That just isn't me. That's not the life for me. And I've always known that, but I didn't want to admit that, because no one wants to admit that they're not the best in their field. However, I recognize that my skills are public speaking, networking, connecting people, talking in groups, leadership, all of those things that people would say traditional engineers like don't really have. Those are the things that I excel in. And so I realized that although I'm not the best scientist and engineer in terms of discovery, I am the best to communicate the discoveries, to really put into action how those discoveries can impact the world and how science is so important for our development. So, with all that being said, I've really kind of refined where I want to go in the future, and obviously things can still change, but I'm pretty sure I want to go into politics. I think that is the best route for me, and I've been doing a lot of research about it, and we're gonna see how it goes. And I just want to speak that into the universe in case, in a couple years when I look back at this, or when I'm graduating, I can be like, oh my gosh, little Kim, she knew it. Or I could be like, you dumb, that was not where we were headed. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. But on top of that, okay, I guess I might have to. And the last thing I will say is that it is okay to be selfish and make big decisions for yourself if your mental health is at risk. At the beginning of the quarter, I was really struggling with my decision to move out of my house because, for a lot of reasons. But I finally just said, I have to do this, and I am so thankful that I did. It was really hard in the beginning because I felt just very guilty about moving out, and it was one of the best decisions I could have made for myself and for my mental health, and I definitely believe it helped me succeed in this quarter and just feel less tense and less stressed out. So that was a really good decision on my part. So good job, Kim. You're a badass bitch, all right? Do that to yourself if you're ever feeling down. So that is all for today. Really quickly, also, I'm going to be a TA next quarter, and I'm so shook about that. I cannot believe it. Imagine me as a TA in front of these people saying all this stuff. We'll see how it goes, people. I don't know. But thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Subscribe to my channel. Like and comment on this video. I've been so happy because there have been just a couple random viewers that have commented on some of my undeclared videos saying they're really thankful for my advice, and that just really warms my heart because I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to do anything to elevate my status in society. I just want, if I can help one person in the world, that is great, dude. And also, this is really for me a lot of the time. Like, it is so fun looking back at old videos and seeing what my goals were and how I was at the time and comparing to myself to my current self. So please take everything if you want, don't take it, do whatever you want with any of this information. Just live your life, be with life, and so yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Cheers! I don't know, that was a cheers. Okay, bye.